welcome back in the kitchen with Kelly and Emily. We are very excited today to be bringing you an episode from Orlando, Florida. We're here for the American Society of Baking, and it is a wonderful event so far. You'll notice when we get cooking today that we are celebrating Florida key lime style. So Kelly, do you want to talk a little bit about what we're going to make?
Yes, absolutely. So we're going to kick it off with a cocktail, as tradition allows. So I am making it's called a luscious key lime pie martini. We have 3 already made here. We're going to make 1 more, so I can walk you through it.
That must mean we have guests.
We do have guests today,
all right.
So that's exciting. So they recommend you start with a chilled martini glass. So I did chill a martini glass. We're going to rim the martini glass with some key lime juice, freshly squeezed, and some crushed graham crackers. Maybe, there we go. Okay, do you want to help me with that to get a little more on there?
Sure.
And then in a shaker, which I already have ice filled up in the shaker, we're going to put 2 ounces of vanilla vodka and 1 ounce of liqueur 43, which this is a new liqueur for me, but super yummy. It kind of smells like creme brulee.
Oh yeah, it does.
Yeah. Excuse my reach. So we're going to do 1 ounce of, sorry guys, I have my cheat sheet over here. 1 ounce of the liqueur 43. Will you hand me the vanilla vodka, Emily?
Yep.
And 2 ounces of vanilla vodka.
It is a martini.
It is a martini. And it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Again, we never divulge what time we actually tape these.
Then I'm also, do you mind throwing that in the sink? Then I'm also going to add 1/2 ounce of, again, freshly squeezed key lime juice. That in the sink. And 2 ounces of half and half. There you go. All right. Now excuse the noise for a minute. We're going to shake it up. And strain it into our prepared martini glass. So it's pretty simple. Oh, and then if you want to get fancy, which we like to get fancy, you can zest a little lime zest on top.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah. So with that,
let's welcome our
I'm going
guests.
to introduce some friends to drink these.
Yes.
Okay.
Wendi, Kathy, please join us. Come right on in.
Yay. We need like an audience.
Yeah. I know. Welcome to our kitchen.
Yes, welcome to our kitchen.
Great to be here.
Would you like a key lime pie martini?
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
Oh, the fresh one. Thank you.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Well,
So cheers.
cheers.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Cheers. I hope this is good.
We might have tested one already.
It's delicious.
It's dessert, and it's a martini.
yummy.
It's dessert for sure. I'll try again.
Fresh. What do you think?
I think it's
Good.
Tart?
it's tart. I
a
like
limey.
it tart. Makes me want to be in the sunshine.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So,
Okay,
Very good.
so I know we are making key lime treats as well.
yes,
Multi-step process here.
multi-step process.
Yeah. So what are we actually making?
We're making upside down key lime pies.
Okay.
So the concept is it's basically a custard key lime in a little ramekin, and then we top it with a graham cracker crust crumble and some whipped cream on top. So just a little easier version of a key lime pie.
A little sweet and a little boozy. Okay.
Exactly.
So while we have Kathy and Wendi here today, one of the things we really want to talk about is how to get involved in the industry and why you should get involved in the industry. BEMA connects you. That's what we do. And Wendi and Kathy are definitely connected in the industry, so we knew they were the perfect guests to have on this episode to talk about getting connected and why. There's so many great organizations. So before we jump into getting connected, Kathy, why don't you tell us what you do?
Sure.
Your real job.
My real job. So I am the Vice President of Baking Technology and Commercialization for Bimbo Bakeries USA. My team is an amazing team across North America doing all of the tech service, all the product launches in the bakeries. And I work a lot with our cross-functional partners on new innovation, feasibility and operations, how we're going to transform and keep up, how we optimize. And also we have a whole group that focuses on training.
Okay.
So on how we build capability.
Love that.
So, fantastic
Okay,
group.
great.
Yeah.
Wendi?
I am Vice President of Marketing for Bundy Baking Solutions, which is a whole group of brands, American Pan, Pan Glow, Sonova, Turbell, I'm probably Runex, probably forgetting someone, but because I'm on camera. Do marketing. So everything from anything you see a logo on, which is our fun little eagle, to international trade shows and working with our sales team on presentations and customer experience and all those different things. So yeah, and I have a great team as well, both here and in Europe. We have a great marketing team, so makes the job a lot of fun. And yeah. So yeah.
Fantastic. And how long have you been in the industry?
The industry, 18, 19 years.
Okay.
25 years, I think, this year. So yeah.
Congratulations.
That's fantastic. We were just talking with some other folks in the industry about ASB and when your first one was. When was your first ASB? And I think mine was 2016.
Yeah.
Was my first one. And it definitely wasn't in Orlando.
I think mine might have been 2002 as a student. So
Okay.
So it's been a
That's
while.
great. Yeah.
I think mine must have been, I had a little break from the baking industry, so it was either 99 or 2000, I think, was my first baking tech.
Yeah.
So,
I had just started at BEMA. I still actually had my old job and I was on vacation for a week.
Oh, fun.
And I came to BakingTECH because I just barely worked for BEMA. Yeah. It was a whirlwind. Okay, so should I get started with browning the?
Yeah, so the step one is we're going to make the crumble for the top of the key lime pies.
Okay.
So Emily's going to, there's a skillet on the stove with a tablespoon of butter, some brown sugar. We're going to add some graham cracker crumbs and just toast them up a little bit.
I can do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Fantastic. Do you want me to work on this while you do that now? Or
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I can pour while you mix if you like.
Yeah.
Absolutely, that'd be great. That would be great.
So we know you're both involved in BEMA.
If you want to just pour both of these things into here.
Somebody else's stove.
I know.
Problem solving. That's what we do every day.
We know you're both involved in BEMA at different levels, right? And attend our convention and events. Wendi, you're on the board.
Yes.
What other organizations are you involved in the industry?
So I have been involved in, the first one that I got most involved in was ASB. So starting going to BakingTECH, did presentations a couple times at BakingTECH, was on a planning committee for BakingTECH, was program chair for BakingTECH, and was on the board of directors for ASB. And so that was several years of involvement, which I obviously thoroughly enjoyed. Also involved in the Society of Bakery Women now, which is fantastic. It's a new group. For those who have been around as long as I have, you know that when I first started, there was probably not enough women to have a Society of Bakery Women group. And so now it's really exciting. And I thought it was wonderful yesterday. We had the event, the brunch, and there were lots of men at the event, which I think is really great.
Really?
Yeah.
We've noticed that at the reception over the years that men attend as well.
Yeah. So I think it's great because it's not about just being women with women. It's women and how we work with men and everyone in the industry. So
and talk about a rebrand.
It's really great. Yeah.
Their rebrand is great.
Yeah.
It looks
fantastic. So
what types of, Kathy, are you involved in Society of Bakery Women as well?
I was actually on their board for a long time as treasurer. I started that again as a student, so it was a much smaller group, but it was a great network, a lot of good mentoring, good opportunities, create connections. So that group continues to evolve and grow, which is fantastic to see. I'm on the BNEF, which focuses on education, on supporting the industry and supporting funding for professors to continue to contribute to the education of bakery science specifically. Let's see, what else do I do? I'm right now on the board for ASB and also on the planning committee for the second year in a row. So very exciting week for us here at ASB.
Yeah.
It's ending with BEMA, which is a lot of fun.
Fantastic. Doesn't the Society of Bakery Women have a scholarship program?
They do. And they've even awarded scholarships. I mean, they do undergraduate, graduate level, male and female scholarships, which is fantastic.
yeah,
It's all about helping people find our industry.
Yes.
it is.
Yeah, we talk about that with BEMA a lot, especially with IBIE coming up. Like not just bakery science students, but engineers, like tradespeople that want to work on metal and mechanics and machinery. Like IBIE is a showcase. Like that's as good as it's going to get to try to introduce people to all the opportunity in the industry because, college kids don't know, or high school kids going into the trades. Like when you say baking industry, they think cupcake shop, and there's so much more. Okay, Kelly, I'm trying to brown this. The butter's melting.
The butter's melting?
The butter's melting.
I'm going to combine, so we have, like I said, we have the whipped egg yolks, lime juice, and sweetened condensed milk. I'm going to combine this really quick, which is going to be loud, but it's just for like 30 seconds.
Okay.
And then we'll get them into our ramekin so we can get them in the oven.
I'll crank this up to power.
Power
and get it going.
Very good.
We did an episode around Christmas where we talked about specific things your family's doing. We made a couple of different things, think we did. We did chocolate chip cookies for that one, and everybody has their own take on
The chocolate chip
the
cookie.
chocolate chip cookie.
Yep.
Crispy, soft.
Mhm.
There's, yeah.
I
Yep.
actually just did fondue with my son. My daughter and
Oh.
husband do daddy-daughter dance, so we do our date night.
Uh-huh.
And it was like a yin-yang fondue with sweetened condensed milk, and this chocolate was amazing.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
that sounds so good.
Well, that sounds
Yeah.
good too.
It was really good.
You guys are helping us
Fondue
with our
episode.
future recipes.
There you go.
Would anyone be comfortable pouring this into the ramekins on the other end of the island? Sure. Thank you so much.
All right.
Just 2/3 of the way
Okay.
full. And if we don't use all the filling, that's okay.
We do sometimes apron up. I think now that we've taken the show on the road, we didn't bring any aprons. So,
We did not.
Right.
you know.
We need to get some in the kitchen branded
There you go.
aprons that we,
Yeah.
that we travel with.
I know
Messy
people who
today.
work on branding.
Oh, you might know someone who can help
Yeah.
us with that. Perfect. Perfect.
Looks delicious.
Smells
Yeah, I
really
hope so. These are all brand new recipes, so completely experimental. That's what's fun. Opportunity to try something new.
That's right.
So the way it works now, though, I used to always, you never have company over without a proven recipe. Now it's whatever I see on Pinterest for that
Yeah,
day, and I try something new and see how
right.
it works.
See how it works. Exactly.
All right.
Okay, if you don't mind popping that into the oven
Okay.
right over there to your right. We'll just let them cook for about 15 minutes.
Then this goes on.
This you can turn that off, and we're just gonna let it cool for a few minutes before we put it on the final product.
Do we think they're crispy enough?
They look pretty crispy?
They look pretty good.
I can smell the graham cracker.
Mm-hmm.
Same. Nope, that's not all. There we go.
So we'll just let that sit for a minute until we're ready to have dessert.
Very good.
That's fantastic. And we're baking.
And we're baking.
Yeah.
Pretty easy.
Okay. So how did you get started in organizations? Did you have a mentor that said you should go to this or you should get in this, or were you finding your way?
I definitely had mentors that got me started. In fact, the first time I got started, I found out through email I was nominated for the ASB board, and I'm like, well, how did that happen? And of course, very thankful to that person and people along the way, several people along the way who've kind of pushed me or invited me to be involved in different things. So definitely a mentor thing. And I think that everyone in the industry is so open and welcoming. And I think that that's how everybody really starts to get involved, right? Like if you're interested in something, just talk to someone that you see that has been involved, or that anybody has a name tag on, and you can go up and say hello, because really everyone's very accommodating and very open and very excited when someone wants to get involved in the industry. So definitely mentor and all kinds of opportunities. I think at the SBW.
Yes. Similar. I mean, I think it sometimes even started for me as a student, but then I would get recommendations. I think the biggest thing too is get on a committee, like actually commit to being part of something or being an officer, and then you really start to develop that network and bring more people into it, and get involved.
Yeah. And I think both BIMA and ASB are really great with the committees. For example, because you can get involved in a committee where you have monthly calls and you just learn a little bit more about the organizations, the industry, and the things that they do. And so it's a really low time consuming way to get involved in the industry, but learn a lot and connect a lot with people.
We get that feedback. Whoever attends the committees at convention, which is obviously the biggest meeting of the year, so there's a lot of people at those committee meetings. We've just started inviting them to the next monthly call, and several have even been like, oh, I didn't know I was on the committee because I came to a meeting. And we said, well, you can be if you want to, and so you're invited. And several people have emailed back and said, I knew nothing about, I knew what BIMA was. I knew I was a member. I even come to your events, but I really didn't know until I got on a committee. And now I feel like I'm a part of it. Great. That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Take some pride and ownership.
And spread the word.
We're working on. Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So what are you most excited about this week here in Orlando? I know there's some new things at ASB.
Besides the fabulous weather.
I know. It was a different packing experience.
It really was.
Because it's usually like, what are my favorite winter clothes to be cold in? And I just want to try to not this trip.
Yeah. So I think Formulation Floor, I think that's something that's kind of exciting. They have a lot of new things going on down there. Lots of speaker lineups and I think it's a really great program they put together this year. And I think the venue has been there's been a lot of buzz about it. So it's all good.
It's always great to see everyone, and there's a lot of new first-time attendees.
Yeah.
And so getting to see people we know, new people here at the convention, I think it mixed it up a little bit and really expanded the participation and the people coming too.
That's
I
fun.
agree.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, I was saying I went to get a coffee this morning and I stopped to say hello to someone I knew, actually that I had met at BIMA convention last year.
Okay.
And I met 3 more people who were all first-time people. So it was, pretty exciting.
That's great. The industry has so many great events, and I think we all attend most of them at this point. There is a certain way I think you talked about just getting involved or asking someone, because someone it's very interconnected, knows a way to get you into whatever you want to be in. If it's a committee, if it's, you have your sights set on the board of directors of something like that, there's always people to ask around. And that's super helpful. I know with so many first timers here and so many first timers at our convention. How many did we have?
Oh, last year? Oh my gosh, we had like 40?
Wow.
And that's not including the bakers?
Wow.
Yeah.
I think when we included the bakers, it was a high number.
So people are finding
Yeah.
the industry. People are finding the baking
sure
industry
are.
and getting involved.
Yeah.
I can hear that clicking. How long does it cook?
Like 12 minutes, and Renee's timing it for us.
Oh, lovely. Cheat. We have a cheat timer.
We're all good.
Wow. So we pulled these out of the
It's
oven.
magic.
Magic of the movies.
Boom.
And
ready.
are they like,
They're cold. So
Okay.
you bake them for 17 minutes in the oven, and then you cool them in the refrigerator for an hour or 2 until they're set up and cool and ready to serve. And then
our graham crumbs are cool. I'll pass those off to Kathy. I buttered them up for you.
sprinkle some on there for
They
us.
smell delicious and toasty.
And I'd say it can be
Purpose
generous.
amount. You want heavy crust?
Why not?
Okay.
Who doesn't love a graham cracker crust?
Especially with butter.
Calories don't count on camera.
No.
No, we set them free.
We're calories don't count. They would say.
We set them free.
You actually measured the drink very precisely. You didn't measure with love today.
I
All
didn't.
right. Good. Heavy.
No. I think that looks great.
All right.
And then we're going to top it off with a little whipped cream. We're going the Ready Whip angle today because why not?
I'm sure everyone has one fun Ready Whip story.
Has one what?
One fun Ready Whip story.
And then if we're going to be fancy, like we were with the cocktail, we can even do a little
Nice.
put a lime zest on top of these babies. But I thought these were just really cute and a little more simple than a whole pie.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so
Little tropical vibes.
Fantastic. Beautiful.
there are some spoons right behind you.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Shall we
And
try?
again, this is a total, I've never tried these before. So new
So
little
if
key
it's-
lime pie experience.
So if it's not good, blame you or
just pretend.
okay.
It's fantastic.
Okay, here we go. Let's give it a try.
It's fantastic.
I'm going all in with a big bite. I'm trusting you that it's good.
Oh,
That's good.
I like the crunch on top.
I do too.
Go well with the heavy.
Yeah, that's a nice little treat. And
Oh, that's
it's
yummy.
portioned out.
Okay, it's giving me tropical vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Should we talk a little Puerto Rico? Puerto Rico. I know Wendi
Oh my
and
gosh.
Kathy are
What's gonna be
joining
here?
us in Puerto Rico for convention. So Wendi, you've been to several. Yes, Kathy.
Yes.
Last year was my first.
Okay, she was one of our first timers. So, well, welcome back.
Thank you.
Welcome back. Well, Kelly, you'll start. I'll let you start. What are you looking most forward to?
Oh my gosh. So many things. The tourism activities that we have available for our attendees are so cool, and they're exclusive to only BIMA attendees. So you're not going to be mixed in with other guests at the hotel. It's just BIMA people when you go out on these excursions. And we have everything from horseback riding in the rainforest to ATVing through the rainforest. We have some chili bike things that you do on the water and you like pedal.
Oh, fun.
From like little island to little island. That one looks so fun.
So just some really fun, there's a waterfall hike like through the rainforest. So just all kinds of really cool activities that we don't get to do in the States. Like you have to go to like Puerto Rico to experience.
Yeah.
So
That
I'm
cool.
excited to
Yeah.
just have everyone get to experience that.
Yeah.
For sure.
I think it'll be one of those destinations people really remember.
Yes,
For sure.
absolutely.
Wendi, do you have something you're looking forward to?
I just always look forward to the connection. But one of the things that makes BIMA so special is the connection with families. So, for example, Kathy's daughter and my daughter have become friends through BIMA.
Oh, I
and they
love
still
that.
text
That's so
and
great.
Snapchat and all those things that girls do. So it's really great to be able to not
Yeah.
connect with people on a professional level, but on a personal level. That's one of the
Yeah.
things I really love.
That's great. Kathy?
It is unique. I think the people is a huge part of it. I think bringing family is so unique, and even getting them exposed to things. They come to the key message, and getting that little bit of professional exposure for them is really exciting, and seeing them in that environment. And the content's always fantastic. So looking forward to that as well.
The keynote's going to be with a dash of humor this year.
Yay!
Oh,
So our
love
keynote,
that.
our keynote speaker is an 80s icon extraordinaire, basically. So he teaches his lessons on leadership, communication, and innovation through storytelling of 80s movies. So like Ferris Bueller's
amazing.
Day Off.
Yeah.
And he has, I think, over 140 lessons to choose from, but they're all a direct throwback to the 80s. I've only ever seen him in an 80s graphic tee. He signs off on his emails, totally rad.
That's amazing.
So I think our audience will really, really enjoy the keynote. And I think the kids might be like, what? You know?
It's our language, or,
They're going to be like, what is
in
this?
the 80s, it's going to be
I
our
almost feel
language,
like
not
he
the-
needs to roll in a TV on a cart with a VCR, to just really set the stage for
AV
what it's going to be like. Yeah, it's the one you love to see the teacher rolling in.
You get to watch a movie.
Okay, I think
many
I think mine might be the special events this year.
Yeah.
Which we haven't sent out all the details about yet. But the theme dinner and the chairman's, those are so fun, and we get to be really creative, and usually our audience really enjoys them, and I think they're going to be really fun this year.
And we're going to really celebrate where we are.
We're
So,
really celebrating Puerto Rico.
especially through the theme dinner. We'll be celebrating being in Puerto Rico and the culture of Puerto Rico, the music, the dance, the food, the drink.
Yeah.
So,
I can't wait to hear about it.
the setting is gorgeous. We're on this beautiful beach. Something else that the kids are going to really love, well, everyone's going to really love, the water in front of the hotel. There's a reef like 100 yards out that stops the waves. So it's completely calm in front of the property, and your resort fee includes being able to rent like paddle boards and kayaks and all those things, so you can just go out there and like paddle around.
Oh, that's awesome.
So the property is beautiful. The pool's great.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's going to be lovely.
It's going to be a nice week.
I know.
Yeah.
A great week to get involved, right? We'll have committee meetings.
We will have committee meetings.
Great
Lovely
way,
work.
Great place to get involved, right? The breakouts, 3 different breakout sessions. We're offering those twice this year. So another great way to meet a few more circles of people in smaller group settings. And a special surprise for the bakers. So Kathy, stay tuned.
boy.
Oh, nice.
One new element for the bakers this year. So it's a good one.
We always try and add something new every year, or mix something up every year, just so it doesn't become same year over year.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, thank you both for joining us in the kitchen.
Thank you.
We need to drink these martinis and get back to ASB so we can make some connections. And I'm sure you want to do the same. So thank you very much for joining us in the kitchen.
Yep.
Thank you all for joining us in the kitchen, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Bye.